really, really want to win this event in their home country.
Okay, Jamie takes the pot. He's a little bit relieved, but then on the other hand, he's saying, you know, maybe I wanted that action. But it's always good to take a pot, and he's still alive.
Much more poker to come from Costa Rica here on the World Poker Tour.
We are back to the action at the Costa Rica Classic in beautiful San Jose, Costa Rica. I'm Mike Sexton along with Vince Van Patten. And Vince, look at this. With that last pot, Jamie Liggiter has taken a $1,000 chip lead over Jose Rosenkrantz.
Look at this. They're chanting, but it's not for the winner, Jamie. It's for Luis.
They're trying to rally him. He's been on the downslide. Trying to get him back to the top of the ladder.
He's got friends out there. He's got employees out there. They're all there rooting for him. Okay, it's going to be on Luis first. And he's picked up an ace-5 of diamonds.
All in, he says, Vince.
There you go, Luis.
All in.
Why not?
He's gambling here, Vince.
Jose's out.
Dewey folds.
He's going to win this pot. But you know what's amazing is that Dewey had an ace-10. It's a pretty strong hand. He just chucked it really quick.
Well, I tell you, as we've seen all day long, Dewey hasn't played ace-jacks, ace-10s, ace-8s. He just mucks those hands. But notice, Vince, he's still sitting there.
Well, this Dewey really is a very interesting player. I mean, he mixes it up so beautifully, at times extremely tight, at times a little crazy. He is truly a world champion. We're watching quite an exhibition.
Okay, the action is going to be on Jamie here.
Jamie's going to go out. Jose has a 6 and a king of clubs. Pretty good hand. What's he going to do with it?
Well, he's in position. He's on the button. He's just calling. He's limping in on the button. Dewey with a king-9 calls 3 more thousand.
Okay.
Now here's Luis.
Now he's going all in.
He says all in. He went all in. Now he had a queen-jack. Notice both his opponents had king-high. They had better hands than he did.
Yeah, he just has a queen and a jack offsuit, 2 different suits. He goes all in. You know, this guy is the Costa Rica gunslinger. Look at this. He's getting excited. The crowd's getting excited.
Well, he's earning these pots because both times Dewey Tomko's had a better hand than he has. Yet the chips have gone in Luis's stack because he's not afraid to move them in there.
I just said in Spanish, Mike Sexton taught me that when I was a little boy.
Well, the action's on Dewey here. He picks up a 9-8 offsuit.
Okay. Now look at this. He's going to go all in with a 9-8 offsuit, Mike.
He's gone all in for 22,000. Luis has a king-8 offsuit. He folds.
Cold stone bluff being attempted here by Dewey.
Now Jamie has ace-high here. And he folds.
Now this is very interesting. First of all, Jose's got a dilemma here. Dewey's been playing so solid, so much like the Phantom, that this type of play could be very interesting here.
Well, Vince, what Jose is thinking about here, he's got a queen-6 offsuit, not a good hand at all. It cost him $14,000 more to call. He knows there's $34,000 in chips sitting in the pot. It cost him $14,000 to call here. He knows he's going to have to, in his mind, get lucky to beat Dewey here, but you have a chance to take Dewey out of the tournament.
Dewey is sweating this out of this bluff.
Well, I don't blame Dewey for moving in because he's sort of desperate. He's a low stack. He's got to make a move here soon. He was in the big blind the very next deal, so he opted to move all in.
Dewey's just praying, go away, Jose, go away.
Yes, and he did.
Yes, he did. Well done, Dewey.
All right. Dewey picks up the pot.
Look at this. The man doesn't even sweat.
Well, Vince, your man, Luis the Gunslinger, with his aggressive style, has now forged his way back to the chip lead, but we have a good horse race, and Dewey's the low man right now. He's going to have to make a move shortly here. The action is going to be on Luis.
Okay, Luis looks at a queen and a 5 offsuit. He's going to throw that Pretty poor hand away.
Jamie folds.
And look at this. Jose's going all in with a king-queen.
He has a king-queen of spade. He's in the small blind, a big hand. He quickly moves all in. And Dewey quickly calls. Nice hand for Dewey Tomko. He's picked up ace-queen of clubs.
Huge hand for Dewey. Absolutely. He's in front with the ace-queen of clubs. What's going to happen here?
He's in a dominating position here to exactly where he needs to be to get back into this tournament.
Here comes the flop.
Whoa!
Oh, no!
A nightmare flop for Dewey Tomko.
Huge. Jose has got lucky with a pair of kings. Look at Dewey. He has been body slammed. He is stunned. He's not even moving. This is the interesting thing. Look at this poker face. He's not even moving. He just doesn't know what to do. He needs an ace.
A miniature shock here.
Still has a chance, no. And you know what? The spade's going to get there. It's over for Dewey.
The glasses come off.
He's getting up. He's a good sport. He's trying to force a smile, but this is the worst thing. It's a torturous feeling when someone hits that king on you, makes the pair of kings. He's smiling. He played brilliantly, but this is one man in shock.
Well, Vince, as the legendary Johnny Moss used to say, all you can do is get your money in with the best hand. Dewey Tomko certainly did it there. Fate and luck simply weren't on his side.
Jose, very lucky today in that yellow canary shirt. He's been outdrawing players. He's been pushing players around. This could be his day. We're down to 3 players at the Costa Rican Classic.
By Jose knocking out Dewey, we're down to our 3 Costa Ricans. The crowd's going crazy, Vince. We got these signs. There's cheering going on. This is some atmosphere for poker. A lot of great players from America came down here to play in this classic, and they're all on the rail watching these 3 Costa Ricans battle for this title.
Okay, now this is interesting. Jose's back to work. He has a 4-jack offsuit, but he's going to raise. He's doing a bluff here.
He sure is. Now here's Luis with a king-queen, a nice hand.
Jose raises to 21,000.
He's just going to call it.
And he's called 17,000 more.
Jamie's out.
So we got a pot between Jose and Luis.
Now 3-handed, you got to take some chances. You got to make some bluffs, and that's what Jose's trying to do. Let's see if he gets lucky.
The flop is Queen 7-5.
Flop comes Queen 7-5. Luis has the top pair.
Absolutely.
And he checks.
He's going to try to trap him here. Let's see if Jose bites. He doesn't this time.
Turn card is a 3.
Now look at this.
3 comes out there, and here comes Luis firing out 22,000.
22,000.
And now Jose looks like he's thinking about calling this. He has a belly buster straight draw.
Now that old belly buster, if you don't know what that is, that means you have an inside straight draw. And right now, Jose would like to bust Luis's belly right now.
And that's a big belly to bust.
Well, is it worth it? I mean, you have one shot. You know you can break him if you catch it. What do you do, Mike?
Well, he has to catch a 6 to win this pot. It looks like he's thinking about it. I can't believe he's thinking about calling this.
Either call or just go all in and make a semi-bluff, but he's not going to do it.
No, he doesn't do it.
Look at Luis. He looks...
Luis, and the crowd goes crazy here. Look at him now.
Oh, the arms over the head like a champion boxer. Luis is excited. The crowd is excited.
This guy is fun. I mean, he loves to play poker. He's the guy that brought big-time poker down here. He brought this classic to Costa Rica. He's got a chance to win his own tournament, Vince.
You call him an amateur, but this guy can really play as good as anyone. That's why he's what? He's in second place right now.
Very cagey play. No, he is the chip leader with that putt.
Very good. You know, the crowd is great. I mean, it's great to have that kind of backing.
It's fantastic, Vince, here. It's like the crowd at a football stadium trying to rally their team to victory here.
You know what? They love him here now. It's up to Jamie first. He has 6-king offsuit. Now you got to play a lot more aggressive when it's down to 3-handed.
Jamie folds. Here comes Jose calling out of the big blind to see a flop. 4 more thousand with a king deuce.
And Luis has a 7-king in his hand. Let's see the flop.
And here comes a flop. Ace 10-7.
Now it's up to Jose first. Look at this. How does he? What is he doing?
22,000. He leads out in bets.
And he's getting Luis to show his hand and throw it away.
Now Luis has a bottom pair and throws his hand away.
Now how does Jose know that?
Well, he knows because had he put Luis on an ace, he thinks that Luis would have raised him back before the flop. So he didn't think Jose had an ace, which is why he fired out confidently on that flop. When it come ace 10-7, that's a championship play by Jose.
Look at Luis, a smile to his fans. You know, he actually thinks he made a great laydown with the pair of sevens. Little does he know he had the best hand at this point. Ignorance is bliss sometimes.
That's why Jose is smiling. He knows that he put a bluff on him that hand.
Well, it's really come down to be a bluffer's game at this point.
Luis looks at a 9-deuce offsuit, throws his hand away.
Now here comes Jamie. Now Jamie's going all in with a king 3. I love this guy. Look at this.
Yep.
He's doing it again. Look at his neck is twitching.
Now I think Jose has a decision here. He's got a queen 10 offsuit.
Yes, he does.
It cost him $23,000 more to call.
It's a raise of
He's $43,000 in the pot. He's the chip leader. He's got a chance to take out Jamie here.
And he knows Jamie has to be making a move, and he's probably making a move, so he does have a major decision.
Well, he's getting 2-1 on his money here, Vince.
He's going to throw it away, though.
He mucks his hand there. I think a lot of players would have called there with a queen 10 to try to take out Jamie.
Look at this Jamie.
For $23,000 more. But, yeah, you got to admire Jamie. He's not going to just whittle himself away. He's banging it all in there, Vince.
What cojones he has. He just keeps pushing it in. I mean, you know the thing is, you can't wait for Big Slick anymore. You're down to 3 players. You got to push it around. All these guys know it.
Well, you're right, Vince. That's tournament poker. You just cannot wait for the best hand to get your money in there all the time. The pros know it, and Shauna Hyatt got them to tell us why.
Thanks, Mike. The majority of poker players understand how to play the game, but they don't fully appreciate how tournament poker is different. It's time again for another WPT Poker Corner.
I've done a lot of gambling in my life, but tournaments are different.
In a regular live game, you can be conservative by waiting forever to get the great hands. It's boring, but it's certainly less of a gamble. In tournaments, you don't have that luxury.
Sometimes being too disciplined makes you a target.
Remember that the blinds and antes keep skimming away at your stack.
Okay, the price of
1
poker
and
just gone
2,000
up.
blinds.
1,500, 3 blinds are now 2 and 4,000.
The blinds have gone up to 3 and 6,000. The limit is going up now.
$5,000 and $10,000 blind.
$12,000.
When they raise up every hour, that means they eat away at you even more.
Jamie, he's been playing a long, long time, so he knows that you can't sit there. With the antes goes up, he knows you got to move the chips.
I start playing reckless like Don Luis.
If you try to wait around for aces, you'll run out of money. The size of your stack dictates your play.
All in.
When you have a lot of chips, you can afford to be patient. When you're short stacked, you've got to gamble.
Of course, you always adjust your game to your chips, to your table position, and also, of course, to the players, what you're playing against. That's part of the game.
Can't give up just because you're low in chips.
You gotta go in there and try to get some chip, you know. Gotta make move now. You just cannot sit back and worry you're gonna get knocked out.
Hey, if you're not willing to take a chance, maybe you should switch to checkers.
All right, this time Jamie's going to be first to speak.
You know, oh, here he goes again.
Look at this. Again, he's all in. He is not going to be milquetoast here. He is actually trying to win this tournament. He's banging his chips out there to get back in the hunt with these guys. He is going to catch up quick if he continues to win these blinds and antes.
Look at Jamie's very happy. He's laughing. You ever notice how a player, when you're winning, everything seems really funny? You laugh, you're making jokes, telling jokes.
Yeah, everything's funny when you got plenty of money, Vince.
Well, he's playing great, real aggressive, which you have to be when you're down to 3 hands. 3-handed poker, you have to be real aggressive. It's paying off for him.
The action is on Jose here. He picks up an ace-deuce offsuit on the button. And he's going to raise it.
Sure, why not?
Luis folds. Now, Jose made a very nice raise there, in my opinion. He doubled the blind.
Jamie just has a 7-jack of spades. Interesting hand. A call.